Spice Island in the Pot is brought to you by Stumpy's Emporium and the Penny Savers Supermarket.
Welcome back to Spice Island in the Pot. We are now on to our gourmet twist. So we had our traditional bread and corned beef meal earlier. Now we're on to the fun good stuff. So I have here a slab of beef. What part of beef? This is actually called the round tip. You know, the cow have all different types and parts that we use for different types of cooking. This is actually around this area, well, of the cow, kind of high up. So this is called a round tip. This is about 2.5 pounds right here. So this will give you a good bit of sandwiches when you're ready. So I'm going to rub this down and get it in the oven. It takes a long time, but it's totally worth the time, the effort, and the money. I think that this is a really good splurge item as well. Like, you want to have a nice treat for the weekend, you get some round tip, roast it up, make some nice sandwiches, really nice. So I have my puree here that I did ahead of time, and this is big leaf thyme, like this one. See this? You know, we have the big ones, we have the small ones. So the big ones, and it's a nice puree with a little olive oil, a little red wine, some garlic, onions, a little parsley. No salt and pepper to this, just this puree to massage into the beef. So I had this. This is a little brown spicy mustard. Any brand would work. I got this at Penny Savers. They have a really nice variety of mustards there. Of course, my peppercorn medley and some bay leaf for some good aroma. So let's get into this. So I'm just going to pat dry my meat here. Make sure it's nice and dry because we don't want it swimming in the oven. Right, nice pat dry this on both sides. Good. Isn't this such a beautiful cut of meat? Right. So it's nice and dry. So I have here on this side, I just have like some warm water that I put on this cloth so I can always just kind of sanitize my hands as we go and we season and we mix and so on. So I'm doing one side here, salt, just a little salt, and some peppercorns, like this. And I want to press this seasoning into it, and this is going to go on and on like this. So I'd like to press it in, flip, give my hands a little wipe. There we go, some salt. You know, you want to season generously because it's a thick cut of meat. So a little bit of this, especially around by the little fat. This is a pretty lean piece. Sometimes if you get some and it's like it has a little fat, you can feel free to trim that off. You really don't need it. So I'm pressing this in on this side. All right, we have kind of all the sides. We want to make sure it's seasoned everywhere. So a little salt again, some peppercorn. Then we have some more rubbing to do after this. Okay, we press that in, and we do one more side. There we go. Oh, wrong, this one. Peppercorn gives a nice kind of kick to the meat, and it's all different types of things in there. So I really like to use this, especially on when I bake meat. Right, so we're pressing that in. So we're going to now do our mustard and just rub all around with this. The spicy brown mustard gives it a nice tangy kind of flavor. It goes in, takes in that flavor really, really well. There we go. So you want to do everything as a paste because it's going to just kind of sink in the oven and bake up all nice. Get my fat seasoned. Right, so my two sides are seasoned like this. Then of course our mixture here. I think that thyme has a very special relationship with beef. There's nothing else like it. When you put some thyme in beef, it just works really well. Even when you're cooking up steaks, you put some fresh fine thyme in the pot, makes all the difference. This is smelling so good. It's a nice thick paste. Get some more for this side. Be generous with this because it's a thick cut of meat. You want your seasoning and your flavors to go straight through, so when you slice nice and thin for your sandwiches, it's gonna all taste nice and good and even. So see, all everywhere, covered. Nice. So let me just give my hand a quick rinse here. There we go. Right, now just a regular pan. You want to preheat your oven 375 degrees. This takes 2 hours to bake, to get it to medium well, but you can cut it off about, say, an hour and a half if you want it a little more rare. So I sprayed with a little olive oil, and then I'm going to put just a few leaves for the aroma of bay leaf, and up goes my beef in the middle. And I'm not wasting any of my paste. I'm going to put all of it on there. Nice. This is beautiful. Smelling good, looking good. This is going in 2.5. When it comes out, you have to let it sit, marinate a little, and then we slice, make sandwiches. Yum. Okay, so roast beef is in the oven. It is already smelling great, and I know it's a long time before we get to that point where we get to slice it and make the sandwich. But to complement this roast beef sandwich, I'm making some apple slaw, just like coleslaw with cabbage, just with apples. So I have 2 different types of apples. I have these little ones. They're gala apples. They're kind of sweet, and then the green ones, they're Granny Smith. They're a little more tart. So I'm mixing a little sweet with a little tart. It's going to be a nice creamy complement to the roast beef. So I have some citrus to make sure that when I cut my apples that they don't oxidize. That means it gets a little black, so that prevents that. A little seasoning, a little garlic. I like to put a little bit of black olives to add a little extra sweet to my slaw. Mine is, of course. So let's start. I'm going to do a base of citrus, which is just a little lemon, a little lime if you want. If you have lemon, that will work too. So that. There we go. And no seeds. A little bit of orange juice. Right. A touch of garlic, not too much because you don't want the garlic to overpower the taste. Some white sugar, about 1.5 tablespoons or so. And you don't want it to be too liquid either. You want to make like a nice kind of paste, so that orange juice is not too much and too overpowering in here. You can do a little salt here, a little pepper, and of course some parsley. And this is your base for the coleslaw before we add the mayonnaise to this. So see, it's nice, thick, looking good already. Okay, so we'll put this here. So now I'm going to do my apples. Now, with this, I don't process it in any machines. I kind of just cut thin slices of this because then it doesn't generate as much liquid, and then we still have the integrity of the coleslaw. So I'm taking my cores out and I'm cutting nice thin, because also in being thoughtful of your dish, you want to be mindful that this is going to go in a sandwich, and so you want nice comfortable layers to go in so the sandwich doesn't fall apart. So as I cut them, I'm putting them in there one time, very, very thin. If you don't want this shape, you can always just cut across and make more skinny little sticks. But I like to do mine like this. Careful, sharp knife. Let's see, I want to see how good this is. Really, really sweet. Penny Savers really has just about the best. No complaints there. There we go. So this is my apple here. Now on to the Granny Smith. Same type of slicing. This one is slightly bigger, so we may have to do a little more slicing down. Take the cores out. I'm going to go across, make my little sticks. This is also a really good side salad as well, you know, if you want to mix things up. But together with that nice rich roast beef taste, it's gonna come off really nice. A little sweet, a little tart, good with the roast beef. That spicy mustard that's getting in, that means something's in the oven and it's ready. So there we go. So let me just check texture on this. I want to coat this as I go along, because if you just leave it exposed, it's just gonna get dark. So there we go. This is good. I think we could do one more. All right, so one more to add a little sweet. There we go. Nice and thin. Oh. Trying to stone down somebody with that there. All right. This is a good amount. Perfect. Great. So now we get this mixed in. And I want to make sure that this has enough salt, enough of the tang, nice balance, because I want to take care of this layer of flavor before I add my final ingredient, which is my mayo. So I'm going to taste. Just a little more salt. A little more. Just enough sweet, enough tart. Now for my mayo. Little at a time, because I don't want this to be running all over this sandwich. I want it to be a nice clump of crunch and then nice soft with the mayo. There we go. This is good, good, good. Just a little more, because I want a little more cream. Perfect. I always make this ahead of time and I put it to chill, because I like a nice cold coleslaw on my sandwich. So here we go. Perfect and creamy and good. We're gonna get that roast beef out of the oven, put it to sit for a little while, slice, get the bread on, make a perfect sandwich and bite right in. So my round tip roast is out of the oven. It has cooled down for 45 minutes. I'm going to make some slices now. There we go. Always against the grain, not in the same direction. If you've never seen perfection, this is it right here. See? Nice, really thin slices, because this is like for a sandwich. You don't want chunks of meat in there, but you want to lay a nice thin slices. This is really well done. If you wanted it to be a little rare, you know, just cut down the time in the oven. There we go. Perfect. Nice. Our rub gave a nice crust outside. See it there? Nice layer, flavor. There we go. Perfect. So, I don't think I can wait. So good. So, so good. There we go. My bread. See, we made this nice pumpkin bread, little square buns. This sandwich is for me. So it's fine. I'm going to just cut this down all the way off, separate. See? Nice inside. Then I'm going to put my slices on. Just about 4. Let's do a little extra. Now you can just go ahead with your coleslaw, but I love cheese. There's no reason why you shouldn't put cheese on everything. So I have a little bit of pepper jack right here, already shredded. So I'm going to bless myself with some cheese. Get that? And of course, sweet, tangy apple slaw. Nice, creamy, crunchy. This is a mountain of a sandwich. I may have to eat and take a break and come back and then tell you bye-bye. Oops, it's falling apart. So, there we go. Now, we're going to do the cut. So So to cut this sandwich, because it's very tall, you're not going to hold the whole thing. You want to go diagonal, maybe you could go straight across if you want. You kind of hold two sides, point down, and cut with confidence. Cut, 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 because everything that you made came out perfect texture and everything. Now for the reveal. Ah, perfect. Let's see, taste. Oh my God. This is too good. All the flavors come together really nicely. It's sweet. There's some tart in there. There's the cheese. Little tanginess from the beef. That rich, robust flavor. That was a perfect cut of beef. We did everything just on par today. Corned beef and bread with a little cabbage in there. That went over really well. Our pumpkin bread came out really nice. Cinnamon, nutmeg, everything running through there. Our gourmet twist. Roast beef. We used the round tip for it. Rubbed it down with all that good stuff. Got it in the oven. 2 hours later, this is definitely worth it. 2 hours later, we're getting into a roast beef sandwich. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, all in all, I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed baking and roasting. So for more information on the recipes from today, check out the bottom of the screen. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, SpiceTC5, Facebook, Spice Island in the Pot, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, food is essential to life, so make it good. I am Arlene, your food designer, and this was Spice Island in the Pot.